it's a new week, and I don't know about you, but I need to get my menu plan together so I can place my pickup order. So come sit down with me. Let's go ahead and put together a family-friendly, healthy, carnivore-focused meal plan.
1, 2, 3.
Heavenly Minded Home, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, we have videos coming out every single day this year with our Vlog 365 challenge, so be sure to subscribe and tap that little bell notification so that way you guys get these videos every single day. I thought it would be a little bit of it would make it a little bit easier, make it a little more cohesive to kind of give ourselves a theme each week. And this week I want to focus on the things like health and nutrition. So got to start off by sharing our meal plan that I need to put together because we need to do our weekly pickup order or we're not going to have any groceries in our house. That's what we're doing today. We have been doing the carnivore diet, and you guys can check out this playlist up here if you are curious. What is the carnivore diet? Why are you doing this? And see those different videos that we've done on this topic. Basically, it is eating animal-based products and nothing else is what the carnivore diet is. It has had amazing health benefits for me. Not only have we been losing weight, it's helping us get the insulin resistance under control. I'm getting my hormones back in order and getting them properly balanced. It has been fantastic. Loving the carnivore diet. I deal with PCOS and endometriosis, and the bloating and the pain and the swelling and all of that was just, honestly, it was just getting out of control. I couldn't take it anymore. I was trying to eat a plant-based diet. I was trying to do all the things that they say are so healthy and so good, and it was only getting worse. And so my husband had heard about this carnivore diet. I thought he was crazy, but nothing was working. I was trying so much stuff and I kept gaining weight. My hormones were so out of whack. I mean, my acne was bad. I just kept getting all these things and it was driving me crazy. We checked out this carnivore diet. Last year was the first time we kind of gave it a shot. We went in full force. Holy cow, I could not believe the difference. Anyways, you guys can check out that playlist. We'll also link it down in the description if you want more information and resources on that. But what we've been doing is eating a kind of carnivore, ketovore style, diet, I guess. For us, we do intermittent fasting, so we usually give ourselves an eating window. We just feel better when doing that, and then sticking to this for, the majority. We kind of have a smaller breakfast and then a main meal for the day, and that's what's been working well for our family. So we stick with that kind of carnivore area where we're just eating, meats and animal products, kind of not a ton of dairy, kind of taking that as your system tolerates it. Some people can tolerate dairy more than others. And then for us, when I did this the first time and cut out all plant-based everything, that was so huge for my body. I realized that so many things I was eating that I thought were good, healthy things to be eating were actually causing a lot of inflammation, and my body was not tolerating that. So we have a few things we've kind of slowly worked back in that we feel our bodies do well with, but of course you've got to do this for yourself and figure out what works best for you and your family. So putting together our meal plan for this week, we keep it very simple, which I love, and it really makes it so much easier to kind of have a plan, put it together. If I don't make a menu plan, we end up kind of all over the place. And so this is the quickest way to have a simple plan for a family for the week. And so what we're going to do is breakfast for us is bacon and eggs across the board, scrambled eggs each day, some bacon in the air fryer, the easiest breakfast. You guys watch any of our vlogs, you see me making this in any vlog that I record what I'm doing in the morning, because that's what we make. I make sure to put lots of butter in our eggs. Butter is so good for you, grass-fed butter. And so that is our breakfast every day. I like to have a cup of coffee in the morning. I use a super creamer. It's a keto creamer. It's a high fat, great creamer. I put a little bit of that in my coffee each morning. And I've also gone ahead and I get for myself these high protein yogurts. So that way I'm not drinking coffee first thing in the morning. I've seen a lot of stuff talking about the impact that drinking coffee first thing in the morning has on your hormones. So if you're really struggling to get yourself in order, like some of us here, I've started eating a high protein yogurt first thing in the morning before we go walking. So that way I've had something in my system before I drink any coffee. So those are the items that I need for our breakfast. Now, like I said, my husband and I kind of fast. We have like our eating window throughout the day. We have, breakfast usually around like 10:30 in the morning. We don't eat super early. We get up and we walk, and kind of breakfast later. And then for us, we do like one meal a day, really. So we have one main meal that we make, usually a like late lunch, early dinner. I make sure to always keep stuff on hand for the kids to make sandwiches, chicken, different things that they can easily heat up and make if they're hungry and they want something to eat outside of that. But again, having a protein-packed breakfast and then a protein-packed like dinner works really well. And then they've got things that they can either, reheat or make for themselves if they want a little something to eat outside of that. But for us, for our one meal a day, this is the plan for the week. So one day this week, we have a date day. Today is actually going to be date day. Later on, after, we're doing all this. So the hubby and I will go out. We will end up just eating probably steak. And then that way, we're still staying on track with our eating, but having something that is good and nutritious. So we will have a steak for date day. The kids will end up getting their cheat meal. They get to make for themselves something that wouldn't be the normal thing that I would normally have them eat. And so it's something fun while we're out. They have a special little routine that they do on date day. They're at home with their uncle. And so they will make, they have like corn dogs or, something that's, not really the most nutritious thing, but it's fun to have that little treat. So they're going to have that. The next thing that we love to make are hamburger patties. So essentially, you just need to have a bunch of ground beef and make up some patties. My husband will sometimes grill them out on the barbecue outside, or he'll just make them in a pan here, especially wintertime, he makes them inside. So they love to have big hamburger patties, and then basically you put on it whatever you want to put on it. I like to go ahead and put a little bit of lettuce with a slice of tomato and a pickle. If you're staying super strict carnivore, you can just have the meat patty with maybe a tiny bit of seasoning or a sauce that is very low or without any sugar. But I go ahead, now that we've kind of gone through this, I've noticed the plant materials that my body has a hard time processing, but I'm pretty good with lettuce, with tomato and pickle. All of that doesn't bother me. So I'll put that on my meat patty and then basically just eat a bunless hamburger. So that's one of our favorite go-tos. The kids love having just plain meat patties with a little bit of A1 sauce on it. That is their favorite. These kids all love having meat patties. The next thing that we really like making, it's a chicken Alfredo, but without the pasta. So I just take a bunch of chicken tenderloins, I put some blackened chicken seasoning on them, put them in the oven with some olive oil drizzled over them, let those cook, and then I make a homemade Alfredo sauce. So heavy cream, cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, some garlic and seasoning, mix all of that up, heat it up and cook that, and then we drizzle the Alfredo sauce over the chicken, and it is delicious. You don't even miss the pasta. It is so good. It's one of our very it's like a comfort food, but it's so good. And making a fresh Alfredo sauce is so simple and easy to make, and nothing tastes better than a fresh Alfredo sauce. So chicken Alfredo definitely on the menu this week. Next would be a London broil. Our family loves steak, but when you have 7 people, 4 of which are grown adults and the other 3 are growing children, steak can be very, very expensive. So when you have a very strict menu food budget, I have found a London broil to be one of the cheapest ways to have a good steak without costing very much. And so I get 2 London broils, and what I usually go ahead and do is I take my cast iron pan and I will put some olive oil and seasoning on the London broils, and then I go ahead and pan sear them. I cut them in half and then just put it in the oven and let the London broil cook right there in the cast iron pan. Uh-oh, what happened?
got dirty.
You got dirty. Oh, I'm sorry. It is rainy and muddy out here today. So London broil is a very easy meal, super simple to put together, fills everybody up, and is very budget friendly. So love having London broil. The next thing on our menu plan this week would be taco bowls. This is another one. You basically, if you want to eat carnivore, you're trying to get your diet in order, heal your body, do all of that. You basically take the things that you like to eat and just take out the stuff that isn't the meat or like animal product stuff, right? Take all the other stuff out. It's really super simple. We do this for taco bowls. I'll take and make up a bunch of ground beef, regular taco seasoning. I'm so sorry you got muddy, love. And then you can top it with what you want to. If you're staying very strict with your carnivore, maybe that's just a little bit of cheese and sour cream, depending on how you tolerate dairy. Maybe it's just plain ground beef. You can do that too. And then if you are kind of leaning more on that ketovore side like we are, I go ahead and put in, maybe a little bit of salsa, some cilantro, and sometimes I'll go ahead and take a couple. Literally, I have to limit myself. I'll take a couple tortilla chips and kind of crunch those up. So I got a little bit of that. Hold please. Got a little muddy. We're trying to get ready here. And yeah, they really want to play outside. It's been so gorgeous, but today it's rainy and yucky, and so now everybody's muddy. Anyways, taco bowls, that's where it's at. Depending on where you're at, you can get like a low carb tortilla if you really want to have something. Again, I think for us, it was a really good thing we were really strict with carnivore at first to kind of get everything out of our system and then slowly introduce things to see, getting it to dry? Slowly introduce things to see kind of how our body tolerated it. I've noticed whenever I eat anything with white sugar, white flour, it really does affect my body. And so I try to keep that stuff out and just have maybe little things here and there. Otherwise, I do start to notice it affecting me. But taco bowls, super easy. Make up a bunch of ground beef. If beans don't bother you, you could always do some, refried beans or black beans, something like that to add a little something in there. And then whatever, toppings work well for you and your family, taco bowls are always a win. Next, we're going to do chili. Again, this is another one of those see how beans affect you. For us at first, we cut all of that out, and now we've kind of seen how our bodies, react and what we want to have in there. So we go ahead and do like kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans, ground beef, and chili seasoning with some tomato sauce. That's how I make ours. It's really super simple. I dump everything, I brown the meat, and then I dump everything in the Instant Pot, turn it on for a few minutes, let it go. We have fresh chili. So delicious. Top it with a little bit of sour cream and cheese. But if you're staying strictly carnivore, not kind of leaning on that ketovore side, you can do just an all beef chili, which bunch of beef, maybe a little bit of tomato sauce and some seasoning. That's also absolutely delicious. We'll make up pots of that to top like hot dogs and things with. That's another easy carnivore meal. But chili, it was really warm last week and it's a little cooler this week, so got to get some chili in before spring completely blooms here in North Carolina. And then last but not least on our menu plan for this week, Sunday is pizza day. Our kids, when we started this a year ago, they were like, we don't want to lose pizza day because Sunday is always pizza day in our family. And so we have kept Sunday as pizza day. For me, I will usually get a thin crust pizza. Again, I've just noticed a lot of refined wheat. I just have a hard time processing it. And so I usually stay away from that as much as possible. If I'm really not feeling good or, I just really am not wanting to go ahead and have pizza, we'll get the kids pizza and I'll eat some leftovers from one of our meals earlier in the week. But pizza day, that's Sunday. You gotta have that. So those would be our carnivore, ketovore plans for our menu this week. Now I can sit down, what I like to do is I write out what we're going to have, and then I can sit down and just go through my online ordering system, pick out the items that we need. I love being able to put that in. Quite honestly, I usually send my brother to go pick it up for me, but then we can get all of our food for the week, bring it in, put it away. I can kind of, clean and organize the fridge as I'm doing so. And then it means that we're set for the week. I know what everybody's eating. I know what we've got. We're good to go. And I don't have to think about it. I can either assign, a meal for each day, or honestly, I'll just go to my husband and say, hey, I've got chicken Alfredo, London broil, and taco bowls left that we haven't made this week. Which one you want, right? And whatever he wants, that's the one we make for that day. But it just makes it so much simpler to already know what are we making, what do we have. I don't have to play the what's for dinner game, and I realize that I end up spending so much less when I shop at least once a week. I used to shop once a month. That was amazing. I haven't done that for a while now, but once a week, go pick it all up. We're good to go. I know what we're eating. I know we're gonna be eating healthy stuff that is really nourishing our bodies, helping us to feel better, and that is absolutely worth it. So this week, that's the plan for our carnivore, ketovore diet that it's more just a way of eating. It's not really a diet, but you know what I mean. For our diet, that's what we're eating this week. Hopefully this can be an encouragement to you to at least sit down and say, hey, what do we want to be eating this week? Let me put this together. Save yourself some money, put in a little bit of time, be eating healthier for you and your family. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you want to learn more about carnivore, you can check out that video right up here. Otherwise, when you subscribe, be sure to tap that bell notification. Every day we've got a video coming out this week. I cannot wait to see you all right back here tomorrow. Bye, friends.